The Lynette Brown Show. This be the Lynette Brown Show.
She's always ready and on time.
The Lynette Brown Show.
When you got something that's on your mind.
The Lynette Brown Show.
Whatever you got going on, she knows the deal.
The Lynette Brown Show.
Where we always keep it real.
Hello, and welcome to the Lynette Brown Show. For many of you, this is your first time tuning in to the Lynette Brown Show, and we certainly do appreciate it. I hope you guys find this show informative and entertaining. And a lot of you are not familiar with my show, but you're going to learn. If you would just tune in to this particular channel, you're going to find out a lot about the Lynette Brown Show. Well, the show we got today is actually a conclusion of an interview. This is actually a 2-hour interview that I conducted with this gentleman. He's actually an ex-inmate and a motivational speaker as well. And he goes throughout the schools and talk to children about prison life and try to motivate them to remain in school and, you know, try to reach their potential. Okay, this guy is really deep. I mean, he has really good conversation, and I have gotten so many great response. I mean, just out of the first show. And I mean, if you guys have missed any of those shows, we've got one show called Lynette Brown Show, Guns and Ex-Cons. He was a guest on that show. And then we have Lynette Brown Show, HIV Positive. Go on YouTube and check out those shows, and we are actually just concluding that interview because it was a 2-hour interview, ladies and gentlemen. It was very lengthy, but the show that you're going to see today is going to be why build prisons, and we're going to get his take on it, okay, and why he thinks that they're building prisons. So keep it locked right here. I'm going to go into a quick commercial break. When I come back, we're going to have this interview for you.
Barbecue, not because I work here, but because we hear this from every person that comes in.
The food's good. It's the best barbecue that I've found in the area.
My husband and I love to come down to the Barrel House and eat. We enjoy the coleslaw.
The food here is excellent.
First time here, and the food is absolutely wonderful.
Highly recommended, and can't wait to get our food.
We're down here smoking at the house, and come see us. Y'all come on down to Barrel House Barbecue, where we have the best prices in town. We are #1 on TripAdvisor. We have a great atmosphere.
All of their food is fantastic. I eat here every day. I usually get the pulled pork.
I ended up at Barrel House Barbecue. So come on down and see Bubba.
Hi, my name is Chuck Baker. I'm owner of Barrel House Barbecue here in Lynchburg, Tennessee. We're really making noise in the barbecue world. We've been open 16 months, and we've already been on Destination America's Barbecue Pitmaster Season 4, Episode 2.
Chuck also grows his own bell peppers for the baked beans.
If you want good service, come see us down here at Barrel House Barbecue.
Hey folks, welcome to Eddie Pruitt Ford right here at Hartselle, Alabama, where everybody in the Tennessee Valley knows that we're your low price leader with great service. But don't you worry a little bit when that warranty runs out and those high repair bills start to roll in, how much that's going to cost you. Well, at Eddie Pruitt Ford, we've got that covered. You're going to have the peace of mind of knowing that every vehicle on the lot, new or used, is going to come with a free lifetime powertrain warranty. That's engine, transmission, drive axle, free and exclusive only at Eddie Pruitt Ford right here in Hartselle.
My question to you is, why build prisons?
Money. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, my personal opinion. It's so many alternatives to not incarcerating a man, especially these non-violent offenders. You got a lot of guys out here that are selling drugs. It's based on them not having opportunity to work, or either they're not educated.
Okay.
But the prison system is taking advantage of this. The system's taking advantage of this, taking advantage of these young men, and I call them life stealers, because at the end of the day, that's what they're doing. And it's to benefit a select few. It's a select few and to line some people's pockets. It's where at the expense of other people.
All right. Well, now, Mr. Thompson, let me just play a little devil's advocate here. What would you say to that person? Say, well, you got to pay your debt to society.
Well, you know, the way I look at it is, I paid my debt and I'm still paying it. As so far as not being able to get an expungement, I did my time. I'm not on parole. I don't owe the state nothing, but I'm still paying. I can't get a decent job because of my felonies. You know, everywhere that I go, I still pay, and I'm going to pay for the rest of my life. I committed a crime and I did wrong, and I acknowledge that and I admit that. But I shouldn't have to pay for that. No other inmate should have to pay for this for the rest of their lives because of a mistake that they made. Because we all make mistakes. Everybody.
Oh, and welcome back to the Lynette Brown Show. Thank you guys for tuning in with me, and many of you are tuning in for the first time, and I do appreciate it. If you need to get in contact with me, my contact information is on the screen. And for those who have been watching the show for the last few minutes, hasn't that been something? That was so, goodness, enlightening. I mean, you learn something new every day, right? Okay, but we've got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we've got more of this interview with Mr. Roger Thompson, which happens to be a motivational speaker right here in our community. So we're going to take this break, and we'll be back right after this.
It's good to know Jesus. Everybody ought to know Jesus. He's the lily of the valley, a bright and morning star. It's good to know the Lord. It's good to know Jesus.
Welcome to Eddie Pruitt Ford right here at Hartselle, Alabama, where everybody in the Tennessee Valley knows that we're your low price leader with great service. But don't you worry a little bit when that warranty runs out and those high repair bills start to roll in. How much that's going to cost you? Well, at Eddie Pruitt Ford, we've got that covered. You're going to have the peace of mind of knowing that every vehicle on the lot, new or used, is going to come with a free lifetime powertrain warranty. That's engine, transmission, drive axle, free and exclusive only at Eddie Pruitt Ford right here in Hartselle.
Show.
Where we always keep it real.
Welcome back to the Lynette Brown Show, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South. I am the Fiery Diva, keeping the airwaves hot on your favorite station. And for those who have just tuned in for the first time, you're tuning into the Lynette Brown Show, also known as the LBS. My contact information is on the screen. If you have any issues, concerns that you would like for me to address, please take advantage and contact me. My info is right there in front of you. And we're going to go back into this interview with Mr. Roger Thompson. He's actually a motivational speaker right here in our community, and we wanted to give him an opportunity to talk with us a little bit about the life that he lived before he actually started speaking with children all over the state of Alabama. So we're going to go right back into this interview, ladies and gentlemen, and when we come back, we're going to have to close it out because time is winding down just a little bit. Not quite yet, okay? We'll be back right after this. Don't go.
An nationally known television host that invests in a private prison. Yeah.
It's a big thing. It's a lot. If you research, it's probably just more than him that I know of. You know, and he invests. He has stock.
He has soap.
He also provides the Department of Corrections with soap. And not just the Department of Corrections, but every hotel in the country. You know what I'm saying? So I give a little hint there.
No, we can't. No. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to be sued. All right.
All right.
But let's just talk about some of the things that you do in prison. Building furniture.
Yes.
Build furniture.
They do that. They build furniture. They have a big furniture plant. When I was at Draper, they actually had one down there in 91. And I don't know if it's still open or not because I'm gone, but they did that then. It's the Unicorn, like I said, was all over in the federal prison.
Okay. Let's talk about, you see a lot of inmates, on the side of the roads, and they're working. And I mean, I've been notorious, because I do a food ministry, and I've been notorious for pulling over and giving them water, giving them, sodas or something like that. But you were saying that these guys get paid?
If they get paid now, I mean, in all honesty, now, they don't get paid nothing. It used to be 3.5 cents a day. Okay? It was $1 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, they took that from us some years ago.
Okay.
Now, in certain camps, they will give you 27 cents, 30 cents, or 42 cents an hour. It depends. That's usually when you're working on a farm squad.
Okay.
But most of these guys that you see walking up these highways, they don't get paid nothing. But the counties are giving kickbacks to the Department of Corrections for having these guys out here. And what they do, they charge them by the head, Just, it might be $1 an hour. It's cheap. They get this cheap labor, and
Okay, and because we're going to have to move expeditiously here. Okay, let's talk about, on the last show we talked about the reason why they keep the inmates in until they die. You got guys that are in wheelchairs, some in a coma, and they will not let them out of prison. And we actually talked about the fact because they have policies on these guys. But you went even further to say that they make their own caskets.
Yes, they do.
So they don't have to buy a casket like an average funeral home.
One of the camps that I was in, they have, you have trade schools. In the camp. Most, major institutions have trade schools. And one of the trades is woodwork, right? So what they do at this particular camp that I was at, they made the caskets out of wood and red velvet. I used to watch the guys literally make them. We'd sit out, they'd have them outside, and and they made homemade caskets. And they were kind of neat looking, but they were wooden. All wooden. And it amazed me to how far they would go to save a buck.
Okay. Now, and I'm going to go, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about why
Stop by. We have the best barbecue, not because I work here, but because we hear this from every person that comes in.
The food's good. It's the best barbecue that I found in the area.
My husband and I love to come down to the Barrel House and eat. We enjoy the coleslaw.
The food here is excellent.
first time here, and the food is absolutely wonderful.
Highly recommended and can't wait to get our food.
We're down here smoking at the house, and come see us. Y'all come on down to Barrel House Barbecue, where we have the best prices in town. We are #1 on TripAdvisor. We have a great atmosphere.
All of their food is fantastic. I eat here every day. I usually get pulled pork.
I ended up at Barrel House Barbecue. So come on down and see Bubba.
Hi, my name is Chuck Baker. I'm owner of Barrel House Barbecue here in Lynchburg, Tennessee. We're really making noise in the barbecue world. We've been open 16 months and we've already been on Destination America's Barbecue Pitmaster Season 4, Episode 2.
Chuck also grows his own bell peppers for the baked beans.
If you want good service, come see us down here at Barrel House Barbecue.
Hey folks, welcome to Eddie Pruitt Ford right here at Hartselle, Alabama, where everybody in the Tennessee Valley knows that we're your low price leader with great service. But don't you worry a little bit when that warranty runs out and those high repair bills start to roll in. How much that's going to cost you? Well, at Eddie Pruitt Ford, we've got that covered. You're going to have the peace of mind of knowing that every vehicle on the lot, new or used, is going to come with a free lifetime powertrain warranty. That's engine, transmission, drive axle, free and exclusive only at Eddie Pruitt Ford right here in Hartselle.
I want to talk a little bit about farming because you informed me that we have 2,900 acres of farmland that the inmates farm.
This was at one camp.
Camp.
That's what I offered.
One camp.
Yeah. This was at one camp, particular camp that I was at. They told me this is what they estimated, around 2,900 acres. And we farmed everything from corn, we had cattle, soybeans, cucumbers, had a couple of catfish farms on that farm. Just about any kind of produce you could think they grew, tomatoes, that type of thing there, you know, and we farmed it.
Okay, and sir, I'm not trying to cut you off because I know we're running out of time. Let's talk a little bit about those tomatoes. You were at one particular prison where you guys grew the tomatoes, and I'll let you tell the story. I know the story. Let him tell the story.
You know, me and a friend, we was playing around one day and we looked in the truck. You know, we had been out in the fields and picking these tomatoes. And you know, they had a little baskets that they put the tomatoes in with the wrap and the label on it. And they had a stack of the labels that, you know, went with the tomatoes in there. And we got them and we loaded out that you noticed that they were packaged in Florida. You know, and we was trying to figure out what was the whole purpose. How come we couldn't say packaged in Alabama Department of Corrections, you know, that type of thing there. So, you know, we come to the knowledge, I really believe that was just, you know, a way to jack the price up and keep it equal with everybody else. It's competitive, you know, instead of selling it at a cheaper rate because they really didn't have nothing in the tomatoes because it was free labor. You know, everything that they get pretty much is free so far as the seeds, the land, everything, so they don't have nothing in it. You know, so it's all 100% profit.
You're answering the question. Now I understand, and I'm sure that there are other people, because you see people all the time and they're saying, well, why don't they put the money in the schools? Why build all these prisons? And I mean, people, they'll get on television and they're excited. We've got a brand new jail. We've got a brand new prison. You're telling it. You're telling why. Because this is big money. By saying, you know, our jobs, where are our jobs? It sounds like to me the inmates have got the jobs. You know, they're accused. You know, they're saying that they're sending all our jobs to Mexico. Okay, and that may be true. I'm not disputing that by any means. That may be true. However, it sounds like a lot of the jobs are right here.
I had an incident where I was at a work release and I was a lead man on the job.
Okay.
And I worked that job for 2 years. And this was during the time I was getting ready to get out. I paroled. I made parole. And the job paid good money. I had good benefits, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I had 401k. I had quite a bit of money I was paying into my 401k while I was at work release.
Okay.
And what happened was I made parole. So what I was going to do is keep my job because it was close to where I was raised at. So I could drive, it was like a 40-mile ride. You know, and I mean, of course, me coming out of prison making that type of money, I wanted to keep my job.
Okay.
So I made parole. So 2 weeks went by. I got my letter that I was going to be released. They wouldn't do my blood work, my paperwork at the camp I was at. So This went on and it went on, and a month passed. I was released. The DOC had paroled me. But the camp that I was in would not release my paperwork to the parole officer that had to go check my home plan and my job plan and all that. So finally, I called my mother and I was telling her, I'm like, look, this is getting out of hand. I should have been home, so I'm going into 2 months past my parole date, right? And they still hadn't let me go. So I went to a lieutenant and I went in his office. I'm like, well, man, what's going on? And he looked me straight in my face and he told me, we don't want you up here. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm from here. I was raised 40 miles from here. So what do you mean you don't want me up here? We don't want you up here. We want that other job, your job. Because see, I worked my way up and it was a high paying job.
Wow.
And he said, we want your job for the next inmate. Well, I said, you can't have it because the people that I worked for, I was so good at my job, they wanted me to come back. They didn't want to replace me. They didn't want to train nobody to do my job. They wanted me to come back. So they gave me the go ahead. Yeah, when you get out, your job is waiting on you. Plus, they gave me a week off. The job gave me a week's vacation just to spend some time with my family because I was getting out of prison, and then I was able to come back to work. They held my paperwork up for 2 months. To keep me, and it was going to hold it. And my mother had to call the commissioner and told the commissioner in Montgomery what was going on. The commissioner called the warden. The warden called me back in there. And see, the warden didn't know nothing about it because the lieutenant that was over the job board was getting all these, I personally believe, kickback. They just didn't want no other inmate no other person to have that job, but inmate, because, I was accumulating. You figure you got 100 guys in the camp. They all bringing in $400 or $500. This camp has got, say, $100,000 to $200,000 account every week.
Okay.
And it's building. Okay. So they got the interest off of all of this money. The camp controls our money. So you got all of this inmates' money together, okay? And you imagine the interest on $200,000 or $300,000 on a monthly basis.
So you're really not buying the fact that there are no jobs out here. Because you've seen it here in the free world, and we're saying, we're struggling. People don't have jobs out here, but you're saying it's limited to inmates and free labor.
Buses. I'm talking about 50 guys. Then you got another 4 vans to 3 vans work release to the chicken house. We're talking at least 200 guys to 100 guys working in this plant down there. And all that money's going to the camp. But all of these people out here, and they're there right as we speak, two shifts at these plants. A number of inmates, the biggest majority of the reason companies want inmates is because, first of all, they got to work.
Yep.
If I don't work, I'm going back to prison. Get up. And then I want to go to work because I want to get out of prison. I want to get out of where I'm at for the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and then when I go to work, I'm more enthused to work because I'm incarcerated.
Right.
So when I'm working, that's just giving me a sense of freedom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a motivated worker. So I'm a better worker than the people that are in society. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the companies prefer to deal with an inmate. And the inmate, if I'm sick, I still got to go to work. I can't call in if I'm an inmate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I got to go. And if I don't go, they'll threaten to write me up, give me a disciplinary, which can keep me in prison for another year.
Well, Mr. Thompson, we're going to have to go into this. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this informative. And I got one question to ask you, sir. When is your book coming out?
I don't know.
That is going to be a lot of people that will read your
Out
book.
of time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South. I am the Fiery Diva, keeping their waves hot on your favorite station. Many of you know it as the Lynette Brown Show. For those who have just tuned in, it's time for me to just close this thing out, but we never close it out without giving away something, right? We have something to give away, and this is a part of the show I call Diva I Want It, okay? Get your cell phones ready. Okay, get your cell phones ready. The number is on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't have any questions or anything like that because I'm real strapped for time right now. So I'm just gonna ask you to just text Diva I Want It. Yeah, if you can text Diva I Want It, I'm gonna let you go to Outback. Yep, it's an Outback in your area. I know, right? And not only that, I think I'm gonna let somebody go to Red Lobster. Yep. There is a Red Lobster in your area. I promise you that, okay? So just text me. The number is on the screen if you need to get in contact with me. My information is on the screen. Thank you so much for tuning in to the LBS, the hottest, the biggest, the baddest talk show of the South.
I'm feeling good from my head to my shoes.